Sam Hallas, what's the mood like at Tong this week ahead of a big game against Featherstone?
Good mate, yeah, I think obviously it were disappointing that Storm, what were they called, Kira or whatever it was, came along and ruined the York game, which should have been a real good game, but you know, as last performance against London, I thought we were really good and we all turned out really well, and we put, you know, we started putting them to the sword a bit, and I thought we were unlucky to lose the game. So you know, we're buzzing to get out there against Fev, and hopefully we can put in a repeat performance.
You've had time to reflect on that performance against London, a lot of positives. Where do you feel the side can improve on that performance?
I don't really know, mate. I think we, all them non-negotiables we're really good at, you know, as line speed, as getting around the corner, as retreats, all that 1% stuff we're really good at, and it fits in with what we want to do this year. So you know, obviously we're probably still a bit rusty in attack, but you know, that'll come as the games progress and we get further in season.
It's another home game, another huge crowd behind you. Going to be interesting.
Yeah, it will as well, and obviously Feather are a really good side like London were. You know, it's not getting easier, is it? So it's going to be another good test for us. Like I say, hopefully we can put in a repeat performance like we did against London. You know, and we can come away with 2 points this time.
And if the club has aspirations of being in the top 5 at the end of the season, these are the games that you'll be looking to take 2 points off a potential other top 5 opponents.
That's it. Yeah, we've got to start beating these teams. You know, if we want to be the best if you want to be the best, you got to beat the best, haven't you? So we have to start beating these teams that are going to be in amongst it at the end of the season. You know, your Fevs, your Leeds, your Londons, your Toulouses, all them types of teams, as well as picking up the 2 points against teams that people say you should be beating. So you know, every week, like I say, mate, I said it last season as well, every week's going to be a test, but you know, fingers crossed we can rise to the challenge this weekend.
When you look back to those 2 games against Featherstone last season, certainly the 2 home games, both settled by a point. Do we expect it to be just as tight and tense on Sunday?
I reckon, yeah, especially on that Dewsbury field. You know, it's real tight. It's going to be a war in the middle, and it's going to be a lot of up front. But no, yeah, fingers crossed. You know, we can get the 2 points, and hopefully, you know, for the sake of all our hearts in there, it won't be as close, and you can put a bit of a lead between us. But no, I think it's better for the neutral. I think it's settled by a point. As long as we get the 2 points, now I'm not right bothered.
What can you say, Sam, about some of the young players that are really making a name for themselves this season, notably Tom Doyle, Brad Gallagher, Eben Skir?
Just, you know, they're outstanding talents out there. Again, it's a credit to Lee Beattie and Mark Dunning, you know, the work they've put in. Not only them, but it's a testament to the boys themselves. They work incredibly hard, you know, when they come in here, they're setting records in gym, they're out on field training their hearts out, so you know, they deserve everything they're getting, and you know, they are playing really well, and that's solely out of themselves. You know, they work incredibly hard and they push us regular first teamers every single day.
When you look back to what happened on Sunday, talk us through your mentality. Obviously, is the game going to be on? Is it going to be off? And what you ended up doing?
It's a tough one, isn't it? Like, you know, you look at your bedroom window and it's, you know, absolutely teaming it down. And my sister lives just off the road from Bournemouth Crescent. She was sending me videos going, if it's on, then someone needs to have a word with themselves. But no, it were obviously to get. It's never ideal getting called off because, you know, we'd worked all week and we were looking forward to the game. But it is what it is. And you know, I don't know what I did with my Sunday. What did I do with my Sunday? Oh, I don't know. To be fair, I think I just went for a couple of days or something. Not major.
And in terms of the Challenge Cup, obviously this week the focus is on Featherstone, but on Monday a very interesting cup tie against the oldest rugby league team.
Yeah,
the Bank Rangers.
Yeah. Obviously we don't know how about them really. You know, you're going to rely on sort of people who've been to watch them or who've coached against them, like probably, you know, Jord will have done it with them in NCL. But you know, it is a good standard at NCL. Again, we can't take them lightly because there's some real good players in that division, and they're going to be a test.
Obviously, Stanley, your community club, so you'll know all about that standard. You won't be able to take them too easy.
No, that's it. If I were in a first team in NCL and we got a chance to play Bradford Bulls, everyone would be barred up, wouldn't they? And they'll probably bring a massive following with them. So you know, it's going to be a great day. But again, we can't take them lightly, and fingers crossed we can get that win as well.